Welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Nilaus and we're here with our glorious little base. We can't see a damn thing, but we are working on a lot of things, and I've put down some blueprints, packages or blueprint things, because what we're going to do today is we're going to be changing this path here to a road, and we are going to, let's just get a organization, a tower, so we can go up and actually see something here. In the previous episodes we got power and coal and not oil, unfortunately, but steel worked. We got our progress here towards our next milestone, the tier 5-6. And so what we want to do today is actually start working on what can sort of be defined as the main structure of the base, and that is for going from a starter base to sort of dedicated bases that will be serviced by trucks. So I've reserved this area for a path where we can make it into a road, and the way we're going to do it is by having a blueprint for the road. So I've already done a blueprint. It's not super advanced. The reason why I did this in advance is because messing with blueprints when you're standing here is really frustrating. It's like really frustrating to work and see like, oh, do we like this road? I don't know, because I can't see what it is, but it looks good when we get it done. So we're going to go up here again, and then we're going to be, I'm going to grab you. Even though I want to drive that around, then we do need to get up here and get a little bit from upstairs. Oh, yeah. I actually should start over here because I've actually reserved some space for a branch. So we'll have a main road, and then we'll have branches here serviced by trucks. And that's going to be our first objective. So let's use this blueprint. And of course, blueprints are always available to patron supporters. So if you're supporting a patron, then you can grab these blueprints. All of the update 1 blueprints are still relevant, but I now also have a category of 1.1 blueprints that we are going to be working on. This will be a factory we'll look at a little bit later. So let's go over here and find the alignment to this. Here we go. This is a branch out. We're getting power in. We have ways to get up and down. We have got some iron deposits over here. We got a little jump pad that won't reach anything. And then we get this area here. So let me see. We need these 4 lanes here. This will be where we place the first part. So I want to go. Where did I place it? Yeah, the wrong place. And I'm zooping. I need to zoop it below. There. So I just need this to be placed. And then I go into my blueprints. Here. Okay. I need to edit. That one goes over. Oops. How do I? Okay, this one goes over here and places there. Yes. This is a T intersection, so a road segment and T intersection. Those are the ones we want. We take the road segment here, and we're going to use those below to adjust at the right place. And this is not it. We'll actually need to do the other one, because this is an intersection. And there. I think this looks good. This looks like it's perfectly aligned. It's yellow because it overlaps with that one. And now we can sort of just get a little bit more out. We can take that one out on the side, and we can also just take something out on the other side here. We'll eventually need to take all of it out. And we take a blueprint, and we take now the road segment, and I will do blueprint road auto-connect. It won't auto-connect at all, but oh, come on. There we go. There and there. And you here. That should work. It does not look correct. No, it's not correct at all. So much for auto-connecting. Here, and I think I need to go over here and sort of point it in on that side. Come on. There. And we take all of the rest out. Damn, it's too much. Yeah, this game is completely impossible to play without flying. Like, it's unbelievable how difficult it is to play without flying. I just keep forgetting how much this game is just, oh, you need to be flying. Oh, you can't until tier 6. Yep, we cannot fly yet. Ah, man, so we need to kind of rush up there. But we also just kind of want to get there ourselves. But Getting any kind of sense of what's going on here is a little bit impossible. But the idea here is that we'll have a road, and they'll be driving trucks here in the middle of this road. We'll have power poles. I don't want to use the big power poles because they encroach on the driving area. And then we'll have, yeah, right-hand driving and there. And they'll go this way as well. So the first thing I think I want to do is I want to just replace all the roads with this. So our new road is done. This is where we're going to build our factory. But let's go back to our design space here. And you can see all the power poles are hooked up. It's starting to look like a nice little road here. It's very nice. And I actually need to turn here, but I can't. So we'll just go do a smooth little drift and head on back. And of course it's also reaching all the way down to the steel. Not because I need it, but because it's a thing. So the first thing we want to do, the first factory we want to do is encase industrial beams because they are needed for in high quantities for Mark IV belts once we get those. So let's work on this part here. And I have, we're going to always use the encased industrial pipe. It's way cheaper. And so it is 6 steel pipes and some concrete. 20 concrete is actually a non-trivial amount. And that gives us 4 encased industrial beams. So what we can do here is we can throw this one away. And look at the other one. And then say this is going to be iron into steel. And it's going to be 24. There. So that means 96 iron ingots becomes 24 steel. 24 steel becomes 4 of those. So it is a lot of iron we need. But on the other hand, it's fine, I think. We only have tier 3 belts. So we can only get 270. And this times 3 is 288. I can sort of approximate that and say that's pretty much 270. So that means I can, with 2 belts of 270, I can pretend that I can make 6 of these builds here, which means I can get up to 24 encased industrial beams and then round a little bit down, so maybe like 22 or something will be actual effect. That is really nice. That's really a lot of encased industrial beams, and all at the cost of 2 pure iron nodes and some, oops, yeah, you can't build it close. 2 pure iron nodes and some concrete. So concrete is also like a non-trivial amount. And it's going to go here. So we're going to be making the steel pipes here. This is it. This is a design that I already have from one of the previous blueprint from the previous series. And then I've just adapted it. Basically what I'm doing is I am getting 1 belt in here, which will go into one of these locations and then moving on. Then I'll get another belt in that's going to go in here. Here, those will be the 2 iron belts in, 270 each. This will feed... this blueprint will be repeated 3 times because there are 2 assemblers on each. So that will be 6 assemblers in total. This one goes into 3 of them. No, this one goes into 3 of them. This one goes into 3 of them. This one here is the concrete, and the top up here is the outbound. So that is basically what we want to do. And then on top of that, we also want to make a blueprint for, yeah, a truck stop. So this one obviously also has to be... I hate that I fall down every time here. Because you have to jump. And then I sort of have to sneak over here to get this. So this is not make... the blueprint is 8 of those. It's there, it's there. Okay, so this is already updated. Perfect. The 40Z is good. And then let's look at our map. I am going to first scan for... we can scan for iron, but we won't even see it. We'll have 2 iron deposits. There, these 2. These are the 2 we've prepared. And then we also have some concrete, which I'm also going to be sharing. That's not it. It's this one. I don't know if we can see the concrete from here, but I think I'll just take... Oh, yeah, there we go. I'll take one of these concrete. That's a pure to normal. This one, impure. Well, I'll take one of those that's pure and convert it. Should be possible. It might not be possible at this stage, but when we get to level 4, then we can do it. Level tier 4 builds. So, let's head on over to where we need to build and then see what we can build here. So I think this is where we say, this is where the magic happens. We are going to go in. We're going to take a blueprint. I have prepared a truck stop. It's not brilliant, but it'll get us something. I'll build it here. So let's have a look at what this truck stop does. I don't think I want these in here. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep them now, but until when we get the bigger trucks, they won't be able to fit. So what do we have here? We have a truck stop. And this is going to be called Encased Industrial Beam, even though it is technically pipes. What are we going to use for fuel? We will completely ignore that until we have the fuel coming from fuel from packaged fuel from tier 5, 6. So until then, we won't actually have any trucks going. The idea here is that and I'm not even sure I need this one, to be honest, but maybe we do. Because this one is also like a big buffer, so we can use this as our buffer. And then I have said this is the inbound, but then on the outbound side, we also have it going into a location here where we would be able to sort of put in some encased industrial beams. And that will basically be it. We also have here, this one is our connection. It connects deeper into the build, and it connects up here. And then from here, I can then connect it out into the middle of the road. And yes, it'll just clip through, but I don't really mind that. So then the trucks will come in here. But let's continue to build from here, because now we have the blueprint we just looked at, the one with the encased industrial beams. And that is prepared here. And it is, let's see, can I figure out which one is the input now? Yes, so the orange arrows are going to indicate that this is the input. So this should point our way. Did it flip? No, it didn't flip. And here, see, now it tries to snap at this point, but it's actually not close enough. I go like this, and then it's correct. There. Then we're going to go down because it didn't auto-connect at all. But that's okay. Come on. Yeah, we will need to get things inbound. This will be, let's see how this is going to be panning out here. This thing will be one of the iron, and then I think that will be the other iron coming in. And then I need some other location here. I can take you out. Like that, and like that. This is the 2 iron coming in, and then I will get here. This will be, let's see, like this. This will be the concrete coming in. So concrete, iron, and iron. And then the outbound side will go from, yeah. I'll just switch it to level 3. Then I'm going to get a level 3 belt coming from up here, going into that one. Or maybe like this. Yeah. Or it could go through a box, just because I think we can use the box here if we want. Right? How close can we make it? Nope. And there we go. That's aligned. Inbound. And you. Yeah, and take this out, take this one out. We just kind of, this, I'm kind of okay with this being a little bit spaghetti-ish because it just needs to connect. Good, so this is connected. Now I need to connect the next one automatically. I will take the blueprint again and go up here. These will be the encased industrial beams, and I want it to snap build. The build mode is blueprint and auto connect. So we can see that it's misplaced. It's like this. And then, yeah, it's really difficult to place it when you can't see what it is. And here. Okay, so this needs to go like this. And these need to be overlapping on top of each other. That's just how we know that works. And then clickety click click. And then it connects with the belts here. Great. And we need one more. And that will again go here. It's gonna be a tough one to place, I think. And yeah, this is correct. I just need it to be somewhat close to where, so I can nudge it back in place. There. Click. So what we have now is pretty much everything we need, except that it's not hooked up to power. So I need to connect power somewhere in here to that one. So these two are connected. And then that is a cheeky one because that's not actually connected to anything. So I'll connect you and you. I'll connect you and... no, not that one. But to this one. That should be everything connected. Let's have a look. Here. They should be yellow. They are yellow except for the ones that are not yellow. Okay, so something did not connect properly here. How come? Ah, see, it connects into this useless one. Goes from here, and then it goes into that one. Then we see they have yellow lights. Okay, so now everything here should be working. If only I get concrete inbound and I get the iron inbound. Well, let's take a look at the iron, because I've already made a platform down here just for convenience. And we've also have the iron deposits here. So we now need to put some smelters. The smelters can produce 240 per minute each. If I make 8 smelters, and 8 smelters is the maximum I can put into one of these boxes. So that will be exactly what I want. And I want to place it down here. Do I only want 2 of those? Yeah, I think so. So I have my blueprint here, the generic smelter that's been updated. And I need to also check that it is... Yes, it is pointing the right way. I'm going to place it here and then see how much I need to nudge it back in place. That's the notch back in place. That looks good. Let's get out from under it. There. So this is 240, and this will be another 240, and they just need to go in here. They don't actually need to connect, and they don't. No, they shouldn't connect. Yes, this is good. Okay, so now we come to the part where we hook it up. Now, granted, this is not actually entirely correct, because the top build is assuming that we get 2 times 288, but this is only producing 240 times 2. I'm fine with that. I'm okay. Then we need these to produce 240, and then the other one, and that means the top build is a little bit overbuilt. That's okay. So what is it we want to do here? We want to make sure that this lower one is the iron inbound. So we're going to do this. 3 and there. And we'll do the same thing over here. That is the other iron inbound. There. Now we need the iron upwards here. This one. Do I want it to get at this point, or do I want it to be 2, 3, 4? I think that's the right height for this one. Yes, that looks perfect. And we'll take the other. Take it to the same height. Yes. And that means we now need to go from out of here, which we'll need. And I need to align it to you. Where's that aligned to? That's aligned to this one. Okay. Funny we can't run backwards. Here. So, this is the alignment, and I go 1, 2. Because that means I can take... Oh, right. I need 2 of these. There we go. Does it actually look better in another default? We'll take it on the default. And then I bake it here. Go to that one, and yeah. So now the iron is hooked up. The iron ingots are hooked up. The concrete, yeah, I've cheated a little bit. That's just who I am. I cheat a little bit. How do I cheat? Well, I have prepared the concrete in advance. So there we go. The concrete is coming in. So we got the concrete coming in. We don't have the iron coming in, and this one is not powered yet. So we need to get the power, and that will be one of the things that we need to hook up between the 2 blocks there. And then I need to hook up the power. Let me hook it up to like That's the middle. Yes. And then this one goes down to U. So now this is hooked up. Let's go out here and see they are not hooked up. Oh, they're not hooked up because they don't have a recipe. Right, so we need to go up here and set the recipe for all of them. Because they're just generic smelters. And let's see, is that it? And when they get the smelter, then they should turn yellow instead of red. Yes, perfect, good. So, just switch this on. Okay, so now the factory, candy-colored factory here is a little bit closer to complete. It looks a little bit nicer. I know it's not going to be like an architectural masterpiece. It never is when I'm the one designing. Let's see if I can catch these here on the side. Yes, I can. And I need to change them to that so that I can build it like this. And I'd also really like to build it up here. Yes, it's that way. There we go. Alright, so I like this. I like to see my factories. I don't like to put them into some sheds and blocks. I just like to be able to see it. If we could fly, it would also be looking even more better. Even more better, yes. And now the only thing we're missing is actually hooking up here and here. And each of these are set up to export at 240. There's a little bit here, so that's, and this one's also at 240 there. So now what we have is we have 240 iron or 480 iron coming in. That could be one Mark IV belt, but we don't have those. They should be eventually coming up here and eventually coming up there. We can see that one coming up and we can see this one coming up. So it goes out, it spreads out slowly in each of the directions here. We can see it, that looks great. And once it goes all the way up, then we too can go all the way up, and we will have a look here when we start seeing something coming out on this belt and then go up. We can also see that the flow here, that's an incredibly slow flow. Why is that? Okay, something here is a tier 1 belt, which should be a faster belt. But we're starting to see some of the concrete, and we'll have a look. There's somewhere that this one is a tier 1. This one. There we go. That's the problem. There we go. So now it flows much better down the line. And we will see that. And we can also see we are getting the iron in here. That's from one of the locations. And the other iron is coming down. Yeah. Actually, I'm... Where's the iron? Oh, right. The iron is coming in on 2 different belts. And the concrete is coming in, and the iron is coming in on that belt and on this belt. So that's how it goes. Good. I just got a little bit confused by my own weird design. So now the next thing is we go up to the top floor and we see if this one is getting. This is getting a little bit of the iron ingots. We can see that it actually has produced some iron ingots here, and then it goes in. And once we get the 6 iron ingots inbound, should be coming in anytime soon. We should see us getting some encased industrial beams. Come on, float. Yes. As it flows, it goes in. We just want to flow it all the way, see that it works. And it's working. It's producing. We can go down again. And see that we have now, eventually, maybe. Yeah, okay, it comes from up here. So we want to see something on this belt. Why is this belt so slow? It's actually not a problem. This is a tier 1 belt, and it doesn't need to be faster because it's only coming in, you can see here, at 24 in total, and it's even going to be less than that. So it's maybe like 20 encased industrial beams, which is still amazing. So it goes in, it goes through, and it goes into this one. There we go. And then we'll now start uploading. We already have enough in stock, so we can just put in the rest of these and put that one here and see that it goes into this storage. So now this is going to be available to the network. The idea here is that I have like a priority where the first priority is going through to be filling up my dimensional depot, and then the second priority is filling up the train stop, and then the third priority is kind of having a local buffer here. Don't know if we need the local buffer, but we have it. I'm going to take this out because I will not want that later on. So the next thing we want to do is look at the trucks, how the trucks will be incorporated into this, which is something, again, we need to look at things from the top down. And there. So, let's move up here and see if we can design a truck station stop something. Let's see. The way that it works is this is the new way. It is super amazing how it works. I absolutely love it. But like with trains, with tracks, you can't do, for example, curves and then end the curve here. You can see that if I end the curve here, it's not actually, it's not aligned correctly because it has still a little bit of curve to it. It's not like 90, it's not a 90-degree turn. It's like slightly less. And if we rotate it, then we get like this. Then it actually can work, I think. The thing is, you can only start this one way. So you must always go in from this side and go out to this side, which I think is really weird and a little annoying because that means that left-hand driving is advantageous. And that's just a weird thing. So what we want to do is we want to make a line out here that goes this way and a line that goes this way. And we want to make a stop area in here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to see this has to go like over to the middle here. So I like to do it this way, and I'm going to make it like 1.5 tile, and then I'm going to do 1.5 tile again. Oh, I didn't want to fall down, damn it, because that means we lose all sense of overview. There. I'm still going to go up here and try again from up here. This is a little bit meticulous, but once you've found a design and found a way to make it, then it's actually okay. So this will be on the same side over here. That'll be from here, and then I do 1.5 inbound. This is 1.5, and it's so difficult to see. And then that's again 1.5, like this. That will merge in to snap here, and that will merge out to snap here. The colors mean yellow is unfinished, blue is completed, green means overlap, red means something is wrong. Nice to know those colors. Then we are going to get, I actually think I need to be down there. Or maybe I just need to have a blueprint standing, one of these standing right here. I don't know, let's see. Good. And here. Right, so I now need to have a line that goes from this location and out here. Like this. I actually like this. But hold on, let me think. No, this has to go in. So, oops. It has to go, right and underneath us. Oh, that's stupid. Do we have this one here? Alright, I think I need to build it from down here. Okay, I'm gonna start from this location because I want the road here. And how far do I want it out here? I don't know. Like 1 tile out, I think that's gonna be... Is this... Yes. Okay, why? Because this is the outbound from this location, which can now curve and hit here. And you can curve and hit in here. So that gets us like a circle-ish. Then we need to be over on this side. This one needs to go... from here and into this. So I'm just going to make it 1 tile. And that means from here, it can merge. Great. And it's green because there is an intersection here. And then I can go from basically the same location here. From here. And that just needs to go in and merge into this. And what are we missing? We're missing something from this location and 1 tile. That's 1 tile. And then from this location, it needs to merge in to that one. And then the only thing we're missing is from here, just straight ahead. Wow, none of this made any sense to you, I'm sure. But if we go up here, then it will make perfect sense, I hope. Let's go up. And can you blueprint it? Yeah, you can blueprint it, but this is way too big for a blueprint. So, we now have basically the element that we want. it starts like 2 tiles off from the side. It is able to go through. It is able to go in here, drive in, and unload, and come back out. And it's also possible to come from here, go straight, or go here and turn in and unload, or load in this case. So what if when we are done loading, we load, and then we can curve this way to continue south, or we can go up here and continue north. And this design will be the same one we use for every single one. I'm liking it. I think it's good. It looks neat. It's a pretty structured thing. Of course, it would have been so much better if you were left-hand driving in this case, because then we wouldn't have to do this curve here. We could just go from here and go inwards if I could also load it from the other side. But they have to come in from one side. That's just the way it is. And there is a way to solve this. So this will be our truck pathing as well. So let's recap. We have done encased industrial beams. We have done smelters. We have a truck stop that now is filling up. We can see here it has 98 of the encased industrial beams inside. And we have now designed also the truck pathing as well. So we can make a little truck and put it here. We don't really have anywhere to drive it to, but I mean, we can put it down and it looks like it's working. I also really like the fact that it snaps to this. We can't set it up to do anything yet because it needs both a pickup and an unload location. And so far we only have a pickup location and we don't have an unload location. So we'll get that when something requires the encased industrial beams. But we want to design it so that it can happen and then it is ready for integration into the overall base. This also means that we now have the overall design of our base. We will be having bases that look like this. An outbound here. When we need inbound, we'll have to make it wider. That's just how it is. But for example, when we want to be the next, there could be rotors, which can be made exclusive with iron. So we can just tap another iron deposit. We can make stators. That can also be done with iron. And then we can do motors, which will be stators and rotors together. And then sort of as we progress down here, and the motors will then get from the other two. We can then do plastic. We can do rubber when we get to level 5, or the next tier, which is exactly what we want to do now. So let's focus on that here. We're going to be putting our glorious little explorer here and put some fuel. Interesting, we can't actually get into this area. Well, we can. It is an explorer. It can explore. And look at... Oh, come on. You can do it. Yes, good exploration. Right, so let's see if they're done. Yes, that's 1,000. That's the 100. And this is the 1,000. Good. So we need to clear up our inventory to be able to handle all of that stuff. Ah. Damn. We can still pick up something. Let's take them just one by one. Damn it. Then we can put some of this into the dimensional depot for sure. There, we're getting more space. We can then take this. Good. So, this will be us completing the next milestone here. And I love this box crafting. It is just, it's the best. There, and do I have 2 extra spots? Yes, I do. So we can also just take these 2. And then we can wrap this one up with the completion of the next milestone. And that means next time we can actually get started on plastic and rubber, because that's the most important, and fuel, because we can't really use any of these locations without fuel. So that's going to be the next part. We'll just enjoy this phase completion here. It is really easy to get from one phase to the next because you just need this box crafter, which of course is also part of the blueprint package. If you are a patron supporter, then you can get that. That's part of the 1.2 as well.
Welcome to the Project Assembly
Let's see what you get.
Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Not entirely incompetent. That is the compliment of the day. Great. And we're going to be looking at this amazing... oh, someone decided to make it cloudy while we are building the space platform. That kind of sucks. Completed. And it shoots the cantina into space. Can we just get less cloudy? Well, the weather is nice, but... Oh, I think it actually blows away the clouds, doesn't it? No. Yes, it does. Oh, that's brilliant. Nice, so we can actually see this beautiful animation.
Phase 2 of project assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of project assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix-It.
There we go. Ta-da! Right, so now we have everything unlocked in the next tier, and that will be the next thing. So I think this was a good progress for a single episode. We got to do truck design, pathing design. We got to use some of our cool blueprints. We got unlocked the next tier, and things can move really quickly once we have sort of blueprints and have these designs. We also got a nice little... Oh my god, I'm the worst driver ever. Okay, we have to drive on the right side of the road here. There we go. So, and then we have like now a pretty neat structure for the base, which means we can use some of the blueprints from the previous season. So we don't have to do everything all over again, which I think is amazing. And then we can focus on making something better, cooler, and more awesome in various ways. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you everyone who's supporting on Patreon and getting the blueprints and the save games, and supporting on Twitch as well for the hype change, so we can get flying once in a while. Until next time, take care and stay effective.